All right, what's up, guys? Let's take a look at the back side. Okay, each one of these is going to be just multiple steps. Just got to know what to do first. All right, we've got 3 times 2. Up here we can do, so 2 to the 6th plus 2 to the negative 4th times 2 to the 6th plus, I can't really do anything. Also, in order of operations, we do multiplication before we do addition anyway. So 2 to the negative 4th times 2 to the 6th, that's multiplication, so I'm going to do addition. This is 2 to the 6th plus 2 to the positive 2, because 6 minus 4. We can't combine these. So this is 2 to the 6th power. I just have to do this in my head. So this is just 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 6 times. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32, times 2 is 64. Plus 2 times 2 is 4 equals 68. And pretty easy. Do this first. You should know how to do that. And then once you get the answer, go ahead and combine it with that. So this should be 3 to the 3rd power, because subtraction, times 3 to the negative 5th. We add those together and I get 3 to the negative 2 power. Let's see how the answers look at the bottom. Okay, I'm looking for an actual. Okay. And if we want help with negative powers, we can just take the number that we're looking at and turn it upside down and switch the power to positive. So that's basically 1/3 to the 2nd power. We don't worry. Both numbers get powered. We'll explain this in class. 1 doesn't care about powers. So it's just 1 over 3 to the 2nd power, which is 1/9. Or you could say in your head, like, I'm going to take 3 and just pretend that I'm going to square it, pretend it's 3 to the 2nd power, and say it's 9, but it was negative, so I'm going to turn it upside down, and it's 1/9. Either way you think about it. All right, for these ones, make sure I have to do whatever's in parentheses, right? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. So I do these first, what's in parentheses, and I get 5 to the 3rd power. In the parentheses, I have 7 to the I've got 5 to the 4th power. And then over here, I've got 5 to the 9th power. I do exponents next, so I'm going to do this. So this is basically 5 to the 3rd times 5 to the 4th. Divided by 5 to the 9th. Now 5 to the 3rd times 5 to the 4th, that's multiplication. So I'm going to do addition. That's 5 to the 7th divided by 5 to the 9th. Division, I do subtraction. So this is 5 to the negative 2nd power. And I can say that that's 1 over 5 to the positive 2. I just turned 5 upside down into 1/5. Basically, I'm squaring both of them, but again, 1 doesn't care about being squared, it's just 1. So this is 1/25. Over here, let's see. Negative 2 to the 3rd times negative 2 squared. This is multiplication, so I'm going to use addition. So I get negative 2 to the 5th power divided by 2 to the 3rd power. Negative 2 to the 5th power is negative. This is a skill we don't really cover in this class. We can understand that it's negative. This is something I was just telling class. I wasn't going to explain why, but it's negative. And then 2/5 divided by 2/3 is we subtract. So this is negative 2 to the 2nd power, which is negative 4, because we actually do the exponents first, and that's 4. And then the multiplication of the negative comes along and makes it negative 4. That was a long explanation for that one that we talked about in class. Don't worry about it. The answer is just negative 4 here. I'm not going to give you a problem that looks like that. Okay, let's see. This one's pretty simple. Multiply these guys. We do exponents first. So 2 to the negative 6 times 2 to the 6th. This is multiplication, so we add them. This is 2 to the 0th. Anything to the 0th power is just 1. Let's see. This one. There's a couple ways you could have done it. We could have said, okay, let's do it maybe the simplest way. 2 times 3 is, we do parentheses first, is 6 to the 4th power. On the bottom, 1 plus 2 is 3, so 3 to the 3rd. There's nothing we can do there. I mean, there is, but kind of outside the scope of this class. So I would just do what is 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 divided by 3 times 3 times 3. And you can just find the answer that way. Technically, you could have also distributed the power. So this could have been 2 to the 4th times 3 to the 4th divided by 3 to the 3rd. And we could have, because this is one term, you could have technically subtracted these and said that this was 2 to the 4th times 3 to the 1st. Which either way, it would have been 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 4, 8, 16 times 3 is 48 was this answer. Kind of a tough one. Okay, this one, 2 to the 2nd power times, we do parentheses first, so 6 minus 4 is 2 to the 3rd power divided by 2 to the 3rd power. Technically, the 2 to the 3rd, because this is multiplication, we can just do 2 to the 3rd cancels out 2 to the 3rd, and this would just be 2 to the 2nd power, or 4. We could have also done it a little bit longer, 2 to the 2nd times 2 to the 3rd divided by 2 to the 3rd. These multiply, so we add them, 2 to the 5th minus 2 to, or divided by 2 to the 3rd, so it's division, so we subtract them, equals 2 to the 2nd equals 4. Because 2 times 2 is 4. This one, -2, we do parentheses first, to the 3rd power, plus 4 to the 2nd power times 4. This is times, so this is like a 4 to the 1st, so this is -2 to the 3rd power, plus 4 to the 3rd power. So -2 to the 3rd power is -2 times -2 times -2 is -8. Plus 4 times 4 is 16, plus 4 is 64. Equals -56, or sorry, equals 56. This one, not too hard. We just parentheses inside of parentheses. You do that first. So now I have 5 to the 2nd power and that to the 7th power. And down here we have 5 to the 12th power. 5 to the power, we multiply those, is 5 to the 14th. Divided by 5 to the 12th is 5 to the 2nd power. We subtract them, which is just 5 times 5, which is 25. All right, let's see over here. 3 is 3 to the 1st times, let's see, 3 to the 2nd to the 2nd. So we have 3 times 3 to the 4th times 3 to the -2 divided by 3 squared. So we have 3 to the 1 plus 4 is 5, minus 2 is 3 to the 3rd on top, 3 to the 2nd on bottom. 2 minus 3 is just regular old 1. This is just 3. Okay, let's see. Down here, 2 to the 3rd times 2 to the 2nd. That's multiplication, so we can add the powers, 2 to the 5th. Plus 3 to the -3rd and 3 to the 5th. That's multiplication, so we can add the powers, 3 to the 2nd. There's different bases. There's nothing I can do here, so I'm just going to do this. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. Plus 3 squared is 9, equals 41. Seven to the 8th power on top. On bottom, we have 7 to the 2nd. 7 to the 2nd times 7 to the 4th. That's multiplication, so we use addition. 7 to the 6th. Now we use subtraction. 7 to the 2nd. 49. And finally, last one. Okay, this one's kind of cool. Remember, we can flip around any number we want. Let's say we have some fraction that's like x to the y, and it's to the second power. Anytime we want, we can turn it upside down. Our base number, we can turn our base number upside down as long as we make our power negative. Those are equal to each other. So instead of 1/2, I'm going to make this 2, because if I flip this upside down, that's 2 over 1. That's just 2. But let's make this power negative. So 1/2 to the second power is the same as 2 to the negative second power. Times 2 to the 5th times, let's turn this upside down. We can do that. So times 2 to the negative third power times 2 to the negative 2 power. Now it's just multiplication, so we can add all these powers. Negative 2 plus 5 is 3. Minus 3 is 0. Minus 2 is negative 2. So this is 2 to the negative 2 power. We can turn this into a positive power. We just flip 2 upside down and make this 1/2 to the positive 2 power equals 1/4. All right, I went really fast because these videos take a long time to download. So, too fast, sorry. Oops. Good luck. Later.